Hey guys, I wanna get my predictions for version 3.2 out there already, specifically concerning the topic of Matilda's mom's release, right? We know already that we will get Matilda's mom, at least she will be a featured character there. And now many people tend to believe that she will be the new limited character that we also know we will get in version 3.2. I don't believe that will be the case. I think like Matilda's mom, Beryl, she will just be featured in the storyline of version 3.2 so that we get to know her, and they build up hype by building a a very good storyline around Beryl. Just like they did, I don't know if you remember, but if you look into the reflections, then they did the exact same thing with Kakania in the past. They put Kakania into a very, very good story here together with Isolde, but Kakania wasn't released. It was just here to build up hype for Kakania so that we can pull for her in the future, 2 versions later, in the first anniversary. And I do believe, seriously, that they will do the same thing with Matilda's mom as well. Beryl is what Matilda's mom's name is. She will be released, but only as a character in the story, just like it is with Kakania, to build hype around her. And then later on, like 2-3 versions later, maybe at the half anniversary, there we will actually be able to pull for Beryl. Now I can back this statement up a little bit further, because if you look right at Matilda, we all know she is a 5-star character. She is from the star Afflatus, and she belongs to the impromptu archetype. Now, why would her mother, Beryl, be much different from that? It will be realistic to assume that she will also be from the star Afflatus, but more importantly, she will be another impromptu character. And the way I can back this up is by looking at the Chinese version. In the Chinese version, they just had a rerun for Kyparina a while back. Right now, there is a rerun going on for Aleph. Why in the world would they already rerun these characters that pretty much just released? We got Aleph in 2.6, then we got Kyparina in version 2.7. We couldn't obtain Kyparina from the Souvenir of Companionship or from the Promise of the Water Banner in the 2nd anniversary, but now 1 or 2 versions later, in version 3.0 or in version 3.1, they already rerunning these characters, especially Kyparina. I mean, there has to be something more to it than just being a simple rerun, right? Especially when we look at Kyparina. So either this is like, it could go 2 routes here. Either this is a massive bait and they want you to believe that they're gonna release Matilda's mom in version 3.2, and then she is either not released in version 3.2, or she's not even gonna be impromptu, right? So that if you pull for Kyparina and if you're gonna pull for Aleph without having like Regulus, Voyager, Baccarola at your disposal, right, you would kind of waste your Unilogs there, especially for Aleph. Aleph would be completely useless if you would not play him in the impromptu archetype team. So these reruns, they could either be used as bait, right? Or this is actually legit and Matilda's mom will be from the impromptu archetype. She will become the new main DPS And if you don't pull for these reruns, or you don't already have the characters Aleph and Kiparina, then you will not be able to play this new powerhouse in form of Beryl for and in the impromptu lineup, right? Now, why do I, there are more topics to cover here. Let's first of all talk about why would I believe that Baccarola of all characters would be released. That's very, very simple. Baccarola is first of all the oldest character from the impromptu archetype. The reruns for Aleph and Kiparina happened, so these two are 100% guaranteed to be safe, and they are not gonna be replaced by Beryl. Now, there is another spot with the sub-DPS that is either taken by Regulus or by Voyager. Now Regulus just got a Euphoria update in the 2nd anniversary. That's why I would believe that she's also not gonna be replaced already, right? That would be too fast. So the only spot that there is left is Baccarola. And that's why I believe also introducing a character like Matilda's mother is very, very hype. They want to make sure that people pull for them, and it produces a considerable, very high amount of revenue for them. And what sells the best? What do people are always obsessed with, and what do they want? What makes the most money? That is a new cracked main DPS. And that's exactly what Matilda's mom will be, right? Now, there is a strange thing about it, so hear me out about that one. We know we're gonna get a limited character in version 3.2. And the only Afflatus that does not have a limited character yet is the plant Afflatus. So it would make the most amount of sense for version 3.2 to introduce a new plant Afflatus type limited character to us. There is another thing that backs this up, because in version 3.0 we get the 2nd Euphoria update for the character Druvis. And if we look at this very Euphoria update, then we will see a new archetype, a brand new mechanic called Fire Sprout. And ever since this is released, right? Yeah, it is only released in version 3.0, and then we had version 3.1, which did not introduce any character concerning this Fire Sprout mechanic on Archetype. So this Euphoria update for Druvis would be completely useless, and there's no reason it would be completely left in the dust, and it doesn't make any sense. Druvis plays a huge part in the storyline, at least of course early on. And yeah, what I'm trying to get across is that Druvis is not just any random character. Druvis has some importance, you know? And it wouldn't make any sense to give her a brand new Euphoria and just make it completely useless and utter trash, right? It wouldn't make any sense. And what better way to give this new Euphoria update for Druvis some meaning than a limited plant character that releases 2 versions later after Druvis got a Euphoria update. That would be a common-sensical move to make, right? And I think it's gonna happen. Now, of course, you don't necessarily have to do this. You can leave an Afflatus, like the plant Afflatus, without a limited character for as long as you fucking want, right? As the developer from this game. No problem. The point is that they could release Beryl as the limited character, as the new main DPS for the impromptu archetype. And then the second character that releases in version 3.2, that character could still then be a plant type Afflatus character, or any character for that matter, that synergizes around the fire sprouts. It doesn't necessarily have to be the limited character, right? Another way you could handle this is of course with Euphoria updates and stuff, but you know, like again, the most logical route would be give us a plant Afflatus character that synergizes with the fire sprouts in version 3.2. Use Matilda's mom Beryl for the storyline. Make us hype about her, make the story be cool, right? And make everyone willing to pull for Matilda's mom whenever she's about to drop. Drop her later though. Handle this like you handled the situation with Kakania. That would make the most sense to me. So again, I think if we want to go by my predictions here, Beryl will not be released in version 3.2. We will get a limited plant Afflatus type character with the ability of synergizing around the new archetype, Fire Sprouts, making the Druvis Euphoria that just dropped have meaning and synergize with the new limited, right? Easy as that. And then the second character, that's a wildcard, that can be whatever. This could be a surprise, you know. And like plus the Euphorias they introduce there, this is the time where you throw curveballs. Now even a limited character from the plant Afflatus that has the ability to synergize around fire sprouts would now also be a little bit of a curveball already, because now since you dropped the information about Beryl, everyone believes her to be the limited character version 3.2. So yeah, I just wanted to get those predictions out of the way. There's another thing I want to mention, that I'm waiting for two first Euphoria for like ages right now. It keeps on not happening. So again, I will throw the copium out there and say we get two first Euphoria update in version 3.2. It's not gonna happen, right? But stay tuned for the 18th of this month. Then we will get the information. We have a live stream, and yeah, we will pretty much get all the information that we need about version 3.2 right then and there. Maybe we do not get the Euphoria kits and stuff, but yeah, wait for the live stream, be hype. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be amazing, but we will see on the 18th in 4 days. And yeah, right as the live stream ends, I'm gonna put a video out covering all the new information, of course. But that's about the video, guys. I hope this was fun and informative. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section down below. Give me your predictions for version 3.2. Do you still think we get Beryl? Will it be a plant limited? What will the limited character be? What will the Euphoria updates be and why? And you know, all of this stuff. Talk to me about it, please. But until next time, don't forget to join the Discord server, link to that in the description down below. Take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.